just listen to the old Pork Chop Express here now and take his advice on a dark and stormy night when the lightning's crashing and the thunder's rolling and the rain.
Good morning, Valhalla! Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I am your host, Stone Loki, and welcome to 0 Hour. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce my co-host, the one and only, the alien of aliens, the guy who hisses at you every single Monday morning. Zeropium, what's going on, brother?
Good morning, Loki. Good morning to the lady Eris of Chaos, little kitty down south. And good morning, chat. And not sure who else is out there, but for our listeners currently north of the border, happy Thanksgiving to our fellow mother Canuckers in chat.
Today's Thanksgiving?
Today's Thanksgiving for us, yes. It's very, very odd, but yeah.
It's October.
Yeah, it is. We celebrate things a little bit different up here. Don't ask me why. It's just a thing. So
we asked who's out there this morning. Leia Rose is out there, and she says, hello, Zeropium.
Hello, Leia. Nice to see you again. I'm still waiting for that freaky bearded bitch to show up, but who knows? The day is young, and so are we.
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody out there had a great weekend. And let me welcome our other guest host for this morning, the lovely Eris of Chaos. Good morning, Eris.
Good morning.
Meow, 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 meow.
She sounds excited to be here. She sounds so excited to be here.
The coffee hasn't hit yet.
Yeah, she sounds 85% still in bed.
I am in bed.
Oh, all right.
Good morning, Nick from Echo Base Network. He says House of the Dragon does it better than Andor. I imagine a lot of places do it better than Disney nowadays.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I think that's general consensus is Disney is just sticking a foot in everything they try and do, whether it's Marvel, whether it's Star Wars, no matter what they try and do, they just can't seem to.
That's Disney for you lately.
Project Story Sign says Patty deserves an Oscar for his role in the show. He does. He absolutely does. So let's talk Game of Thrones. Good morning, everybody. It is great to see you all here. Happy Thanksgiving to those Canadians out there.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. Canada is future America. They just don't know it.
Oh, please. Oh, don't get me started. I had some friends
You're
that
right
were...
for colonization. I'm just
Are
letting
you
you know.
trying to start on kinds of
Nah.
shit? In this chat this morning?
It's funny because I had friends in high school that would call America Lesser Canada.
Hey, you know you want your freedom of speech protected, okay? You know you want it.
The freedom of speech isn't protected here anymore. So
You know
Yeah.
what? There's a document that tells me it is, so until they get rid of that...
they just
we're
kind of
gonna
ignore
continue.
that.
Yeah. All right. Rolling on, not to get political here.
Yeah.
Kitty gets political when she's still asleep.
Yes,
Oh, well.
Canada is America's largest national park. I like that. Thank you.
If your intent is to try to piss me off, it won't work. I'm sorry. I've heard everything.
You're too thankful
We
this
just-
morning.
All the
We
maple
just-
syrup, all the
we
bacon,
just-
all the innuendos
Caribou.
have been
Yeah,
done to
All the
death.
caribou and moose and igloos and hockey pucks and yeah, it's all been done before.
Mounties.
And the Mounties. Where are the Mounties? Yeah.
Do we get all of Niagara Falls now? Is that like...
I don't know, but I will tell you this: your falls will dry up before ours does. So you got that to look forward to.
I'm sorry. What exactly are you talking about specifically when you talk about my falls drying up?
Your little
Uh-huh.
little Niagara
wanna-
Falls things. Oh,
Uh-huh.
you want to do this? All right, this
You
is
wanna
playing
go?
on your devices right now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Zero Hour, where
wanna
the
go?
fisticuffs start flying. Jeez. Yeah, man. No, I like a good joust in the morning. It's a great way to start the day. And no,
Yeah.
for anyone curious, we're not hating on each other right now. This is just what we
Oh,
do.
I am. I don't
Oh,
know what you're doing.
Oh, okay. All right. She wants the bad man to come out. Keep swinging.
I have
felt-
horns.
I felt the breeze on that last one. Keep trying.
Yes. I'm
Loki's
still-
thinking, what the hell did
Oh,
I
I'm just sitting back waiting to talk about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
House of the
doing.
Dragon.
So, it's still part of Game of Thrones. So,
Shush.
no, you shush.
Wow. Kitty needs a nap. So, moving on after we
Better
had
now?
that nice little awkward moment. And the beaver trails. You're right, Chris Berzer. Thank you.
Yeah, the beaver trails.
Yeah. Beaver tails.
Beaver tails.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say trails? I did say.
I said trails too.
Let's
It's-
talk.
it-
Let's
it's
talk,
early
Patty.
for everybody.
So
Yeah.
the king is nowhere to be found at the beginning of this episode.
She's 98% dead.
For the most part, yeah.
Wrapped up like Emotep.
Yeah. Haku Machente.
That's Scorpion King.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Emotep, so there we go.
Emotep.
I know. Man,
Emotep.
we're already flying off the rails. All right, Cycle Dwarf 9. Woo!
Psychodorf 9 with $20 super chat. Thank you so very much, brother. It says Traveler 5 game report. Casino job, pilot, gladiator, small hippo, Eaton, bishop, street gangs, collusion, government overthrow, mercs everywhere, tanks, wrecked cathedral, heist called on account of war.
How did you eat a hippo?
Piece by piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair.
It's possible. And
And
it
they
lasts a
part
long
through their
time.
mouth. McKinney draws with the $2 super sticker. Thank you so much. It's just Shibu Emu, Barton Hearts, my absolute favorite super sticker. Thank you so much, Makini. And thank you, Psychodorf 9. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. This one's just for you, gentlemen. Skull! Project Storytime says, you forgot all about Driftwood being without a ruler. It's kind of an important detail. We just haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, that's like the inciting incident. Like, literally, this wouldn't happen if Corliss had gotten injured. So,
yeah, it's the inciting incident. Kind of like Eris calling out Canada.
I got a feeling
This was the beginning of the incident.
Yeah,
there
this
will
was
be
the storm
no
surge.
incident.
Yeah.
So no one's seen the king. The king is behind locked doors. Driftwood is going to petition the kingdom for a new ruler because the sea snake has been injured in combat and nobody knows where he is. He's just kind of disappeared.
Dun dun dun.
Well, no, I thought they like rescued him from like so he got really messed up and then went overboard, and then I thought they got him.
Nope.
Oh, okay. So he hasn't washed ashore yet, basically. I got you.
Lost at sea.
I misunderstood.
I smell bacon.
You smell bacon?
Mm-hmm. There it is.
I thought it was sausage.
I thought a cop was in chat.
Bacon pig.
I hadn't smelled fried bread yet.
I fried some bread yesterday, but yeah.
You know that's just called toast here in America.
This was fried.
Let me have it.
It was.
Let me have it, Loki.
You're gonna get it at some point. No, it was fried in olive oil. It's good for you.
He's on the boat.
He's on the boat, yo. And what a
boat.
boat it was.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought they had him there, and they were just like, "Yeah, I don't know."
So word gets to Rhaenyra that the Driftwood throne, the Driftmark throne, is going to be coming up for grabs. She's got to grab her family and go back to the Red Keep. And this is the first time they've seen each other. Any of them have seen each other since the last episode, which has been 6 years. We got a 6-year time jump in this episode.
And it's the last one according to the people writing the story. So
I would hope so, because I think that would throw too much off if you do another one on the last episode.
Well, I didn't understand why they were doing time jumps until we got to this episode, really and truly. Like, now it makes sense. Like, I think they did the right thing, because we got we got the clip notes, we got all the key important stuff happening. And
so now that you've seen the adult versions of the kids, have you looked at Viserys's kids and gone, okay, this is like young Viserys and young Daemon. One of them is complete jerk off. The other one is ready for business. I mean, Aemond looks just like Daemon.
Yeah.
And the way he walks, the way he fights, the way he acts. And then you've got Aegon, who is a complete jerk off, who in the beginning of this reminded me very much of Viserys, except there was less wheezing and pus.
And he didn't do the non-consent sex thing, as far as I was concerned, which is what Aegon does.
What is up, brother? Says Aegon, douchebag. Aemond, killing machine.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to see a fight between Aemond and Daemon, okay? Because
it's always the quiet ones.
I really think. I think that would be great. But they were eyeing each other towards the end of the episode.
They were sizing each other up there. I'm thinking, oh shit, are they about to throw down here? Nah, it was a tease, but it was a good tease.
Nah, Daemon stepped down. He knew his place.
Yeah.
Team Daemon. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This episode actually made me cry a little bit. I don't know if it made anyone else cry.
No. But I
No,
will
I'm too
say this.
manly.
No, I'm just saying it didn't make me cry. But I will say this in all seriousness. As much as we've harped and razzed the king all season long, this episode did a pretty good job of making him appear quite a lot more sympathetic than what we've been used to.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Viserys over time, it's like, okay, you get this thing that, well, I'm just doing my duty. I didn't really want to be king. He's had to make these decisions he didn't want to have to make. He's had to put kind of his family in the middle of everything. And I think this is the very first time he waddled his almost dead ass out to the throne room and put his damn cane down and said, "This is the way it is, bitches. And this is the way it's going to be. And if you don't like it, then fuck off." And homeboy said, "You know what? I don't give a shit who you are." And he got his head chopped off for it.
Yeah, man. I will say that one made me sit up a bit because that was quite unexpected. It was damn cool, but it's like, wow. Very precise. So well done on Damon on that one. Holy shit.
And
Yeah.
throughout this series, Damon's the one who's been wanting to put his foot down. And then you get what Viserys has done, which is just pussyfoot around. And now look at the problems you have. This is the reward you get for pussyfooting around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, man. Whew.
And yes, anyone who's had their father go through a terminal disease like this, this will hit you and hit you hard.
Yeah. And like Joker Voice said again, that walk to the throne, man, that was whew, that was a good walk to the throne. he's getting up there and he hits the steps and he's just struggling and his crown falls and I'm thinking, come on, you withered old bastard, get up, get up, get up. And the son of a bitch did it. Thinking, yeah, all right, way to go. Save your dignity.
And I did get kind of teary when Damon grabbed him when he was about to fall on the stairs up to the Iron Throne. When Damon went that is like all sins forgiven, brother.
Mm-hmm.
He's right there, right by his side. He had the balls to go out there and do what he needed to do. And I think the reason why Damon's been so hard on him is because of the fact that he has not reigned in the kingdom and ever made it his until now. Mm-hmm. And when he did, that's when Damon's right there saying, "No, you made a real tough call. You came out here and you were the king. Instead of you came out here and did your duty. You came out here and actually acted like a fucking king."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was so happy. I was. That's when I was tearing up when he rolled his scabby butt through that through the throne room. I was so proud of him. I was in tears. I was just like, look at you. And for the first time, I think the Iron Throne actually even recognized him as a true Targaryen. You know, like it was just like, wow, he's doing it for his daughter. Yeah. And when he gets up there, he's just like, okay, so. What the hell? What
have you done
this?
to my kingdom? What is going on?
Yeah, it's like
here?
we settled this. We settled this like 6 years ago. What the hell's going on? What is this?
Yeah. So my hat's off to him for getting dealt the bad hand and being forced to do the tough job that only he could have done the way he did it. Because people in chat have said he has love for his daughters, and if that's the one true piece of final inspiration in his life to get his ass up there and be a king, more power to you.
And Joker Boys, I absolutely agree. However, I fear that that's not going to happen because they're going to go to the other end of the spectrum and they're going to give it to that other fucking show that happens at the end of the week. They don't even want to talk about.
No.
Oh yeah, because they're all the critics are going, oh my God, we are so blessed to have two
Look.
wonderful shows, and they're always putting them together,
Yeah,
even though
they're
these are the
not.
critics that are screaming, saying that you can't put one show up against each other. They're the ones always putting them in the same boat, like they're the same fucking show. Like if you watch one and you love one, you can't not watch the other one and not love it.
No.
I'm
No, I
so sick and
can't.
tired of
Shit.
these critics doing this.
I can't
no,
because I stopped watching one and I kept watching the others.
Arwen Avalon, fantastic point, Eris. He was king in that moment.
Yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
truly like the first time he became king. I mean, there was a few times where he kind of dipped his toe in it, but for the first time, he actually like truly became king. He was like, okay, enough with y'all's petty ass bullshit. Can we just like not? Can we stop with this? Like, we settled this, and then you're trying to not. And it was so amazing when Otto Hightower had to get up from the throne. He's just like, what?
Oh
What the hell?
shit!
We had this all settled, and everyone's looking. Everyone on that side was looking at one another, just like, you had Vaemond that's like, what? We had a deal, bro. And Otto just looks at him like, I thought he was gonna. I didn't know he was gonna have enough. I didn't know he was alive
Yeah.
enough to get out of bed.
Yeah, that look on his face, man. I'm thinking, oh man, I just got the seat warm. God, that was priceless.
God,
Yeah.
that was so good. Oh, and then
Mhm.
Rhaenyra's coming up and being, she had given Rhaenyra such a, yeah, you and I both know what's gonna happen tomorrow, but I'm gonna still do it because I have honor and dignity for my house.
I had to look this up last night because I wasn't positive. But there's the scene we're all talking about where he shifts in his seat and you see him kind of come up out of the throne like, oh shit. Reminded me so much of Little Nicky and Little Nicky's brother, the skinny one, not what's his name not Zeus from the Hulk Hogan movie, but the other one. The one that was sitting with his feet in pizza.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking actor. Rhys Ifans, the guy who plays Otto Hightower, is the same guy that played Little Nicky's brother in the 2000 movie with
Oh
Adam
my
Sandler.
God. Is it the same
It's
one?
the
Seriously?
same motherfucker.
Wow.
Because when I saw him turn on that throne, I was like, dude, he looks just like Little Nicky's brother coming off of Satan's throne. Like, what the fuck?
Now this
And
is
it's
what it's
the
like when
exact-
worlds collide.
It's the exact same actor. And I was just,
That's crazy.
I was completely blown away by the fact that this is the same guy. And I didn't realize it until he came off the throne. The
Wow.
way he came off the throne, that was when it clicked in my head. Is this the same guy?
God.
And yeah, it is
I mean-
the same actor.
Yeah, to look back on it now, yeah, I will never not see that face again. But man, I just never put two and two together. Now, granted, I only saw Little Nicky once in the theater when it came out, so my memory is very, very hazy on it. But I do remember the evil, well, they're all working for the devil there, but the evil brother trying to take over the throne. And when he sits in there, I'm thinking, man, he's got himself kind of a cool swagger. And now all these years later to get his swagger loving ass kicked out of the throne for one more glorification of the king. Whew. God, that's crazy.
Drug Boy says, Aemond training with Sir Cole. Fuck turnies. Oh, hey, nephews. Yeah, I know you were there watching. Okay,
They look
so
so much younger than him. It's crazy.
Aemond, like I said earlier, Aemond and
had to
his
glow up.
brother Aegon are like Viserys and Daemon. Aemon looks so much like Daemon. You would think that Daemon's his father. There's no ifs, ands, but somehow Daemon dumped a load in Alicent. a load of dirty laundry in
gross.
Alicent. And somehow that's his kid. Because they walk the same, they talk the same,
They literally walk the same.
They whip
so
it out
cool.
and slap you across the face with it the same. They are both like, this kid looks nothing like his younger self. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, it looks like Lucius Malfoy.
The younger version that got his eye cut looks nothing like his older counterpart.
You know what's really funny though. The first time I saw him, I was thinking, "Oh shit, Legolas is here." And then
Yeah, it's the long white blonde
moment
hair.
passed. It was
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to pull out a bow and start some rapid fire shit. But yeah, I mean, he looked good. But you know, seeing him and Damon together, I'm thinking, wow, it's just almost uncanny.
Yeah, Matt Smith has a very specific way that he walks, to the point that when you just see his legs, you can tell that it's him because of the way that he walks. And it was really weird to see Eamon do that exact same walk. It's like they tilt their feet to the side as they're walking, and they kind of walk a little bow-legged. It's like this very lounging walk, kind of this saunter almost. It's very, I don't know how else this.
Yeah, a little bit of swagger in their step.
Okay,
Yes.
so there's something else I want to talk about that happened at the beginning of this episode, and I really want to get to this. Chris Fisk, thank you so much for reminding me, brother. That was one of the more eye-opening aspects of this episode. So Alicent, we've talked about this a little bit before. Alicent is a worshiper of the Septs, the 7 Septs.
Yeah.
The High Towers are very religious. When the religion came to Westeros, it was the High Towers that first propelled it into the stratosphere, and eventually the Septs had to make a deal with the kings, with the Targaryens, for religious rules that would not apply to the Targaryens. That was the big thing. Well, you can't have it apply to us because we're different and we're special. So the rules that you want, they're fine for the rest of the kingdom, but not for the royalty. Now, when you come to the Red Keep, things have changed. They're now the star of the 7 Septs all over the castle. There's more religious finery than dragon. And Alicent has to explain this. Not only does she have to explain that, she has to explain the fact that her son Aegon is fucking anything with a pulse and getting it pregnant. And one of the serving girls, guess what? He just grabbed her and banged her. He just took what he wanted and grabbed her and banged her and was like, "Oh, Mom, it was just a bit of fun."
Yes, we were just having fun, Mom.
All he cares about is getting drunk and sticking his dick in something.
And showing his goddamn naked ass every chance he gets.
God, we saw a ball sack this time. I didn't know.
Oh my god!
I didn't need it.
So he banged the serving girl, who came to give him wine in his quarters, and Alicent has to deal with all his fuck ups. Alicent has to deal with the cover up. Why? Because she's religious and she does not want her son looking like Rhaenyra. As much as she has come down on Rhaenyra, and I think this is why later in this episode she's kind of like more okay with Rhaenyra, is Alicent has had to deal with her son and her son's indiscretion, and the fact that every time her son sticks his cock in something, she's right there with the abortion potion saying, "Drink this. Here's a bunch of gold. Drink this." And this time it kills the serving girl. Serving girl doesn't show up for her shift. Why? Because she's dead. She took that potion. She took the tea. She drank the tea and she died. And that's one of the things that they warned Rhaenyra about.
You're right.
Was that she would bleed heavily for however many days.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was forced to drink poison. Okay. Thank you, Chris Fisk. I thought it was just the morning after tea.
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out because I don't know if Alicent wants to kill or she's just incompetent.
So she killed Alicent killed an innocent woman that just happened to be bringing wine to the prince and got banged without her consent.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, she got punished for it. It's like, ah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Snowdub.
Snowdub. Wub, wub, wub.
What is up? Snowdub with a $2 super chat says, "Skull and tuck and roll." Guys,
Ow.
Snowdub had an absolutely wonderful morning stream on Saturday. If you haven't seen it yet, go and check it out. I will get a link in the description here in just a second. But guys, you know what? So many people are taking advantage of good, honest people. So many people are out there saying, "Give me money." They're out there doing GoFundMe's, and they're running scams through OnlyFans. They're doing all kinds of nasty shit that take advantage of people and their pocketbook. And I want to tell you, listening to Snowdub's stream the other day was absolutely, it was just the shit. So if you have not seen that, head on over there, check it out. I will send in a link here in just a minute. And it is a cup of Joe with snow. And hold on one second.
TikTok.
There it is.
And away we go.
So links in chat. Thank you guys so very much. And thank you, Snowdub, for the $2. Go and tuck and roll.
Ow! Yeehaw. Woo. We're lively today.
The consensus last night among AK people was she took moon tea. Okay.
Moon tea? Like
Moon
how we
tea.
keep getting moaned by Aegon?
Ugh,
Ha 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 ha.
that bastard. But
Being a serving girl is dangerous in the Targaryen administration. Yes.
both
No, the
correct.
Hightower administration. Don't. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was a rough way to go. Very rough way to go. Taken against her will, and then here it's okay. Drink this. Here's some
She
money.
got the moon tea, got paid, and exiled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's rough.
All in a day's work.
Unfortunately, that's
All
true.
because she got banged by the prince.
Mm-hmm. So way to go, you little horny bastard.
I don't think he cares.
Oh, he does. No, he doesn't give two shits. He's already planning on the next one after he was trying to mac on what's her name at the dinner table. Thinking, Jesus, will you calm the fuck down, kid? God.
Yeah. Hey, you're vaguely not related to me. Do you want to bang?
Yeah. Like, come on. God, their kids are going to look like horses.
Project Storytime says, "I find it fascinating that Alicent was the one more duty-bound, while Rhaenyra didn't. And now their children are the reverse."
Hmm.
Aemond
because they
is
passed
going to
down-
be...
Yeah.
Aemond is going to be a
Sorry.
killing machine. Aegon is a jerk
Yeah, I'm
off.
kind of excited. Yeah, I don't care about
And we're gonna get to the king's last words, which is what's gonna kick all this off. Because I
Spoiler
think
alert.
After what we see in this episode, yeah, I'll go ahead and put spoilers up.
I think we're kind of past that. point.
It's past
Well-
that, yeah. But for the late bloomers out there, spoiler warning.
Oh yeah. So the king is dying. The king is dying. He's living his last days. Rhaenyra and the fam get to the Red Keep, and she sees her father, and he's Emotep. He's got the fucking bandages. Alicent, where's my nookie? And you're like, ugh.
Bring me my tea.
Scabby back has got
Oh,
four
God,
big
it's bad.
holes. 4 big holes in his back. He's got a hole in the side of his face. He's missing an eye. It's bad. He's very,
he's-
very bad.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, he's Two-Face without the eye. That's literally what it looked like.
So, yeah, Monkey Jeebus, he's been dying for over 30 years. Well,
That's true, but it's going about 120 miles an hour now.
So,
Yep.
when he takes off his mask at supper, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, thanks, Pops. I just lost my appetite. But, I don't know, because I was thinking this as I was watching it, because, like, obviously you've been around your king, your father, for the entire duration that this has been going on. He's in a bad way, so you're really no stranger to it. And I myself was just thinking, I could get used to it. All right, bring out the roast pig.
And Gun Bunny, they can't. If Allison wants her son to take the throne one day, he's got to have heirs. He's got to have heirs to have a line to continue. So you can't put a prince on the throne that's going to be king that has no sex drive or ability to do the nook. Because he's got to have babies.
Yeah.
Isn't he betrothed to his sister that he hates?
Yes.
Didn't they say that during the dinner? Yeah.
Yes. He is betrothed to his sister who said, be careful, there's beasts under the floorboards.
Mm-hmm. And then told, what was it? The Rhaenyra's one of Rhaenyra's sons, and then one of technically Daemon's sons, or Daemon's daughters, that well, y'all's marriage is gonna be okay. He ignores you for the most part, except when he drinks. Oh wow. Romance.
Chris Fisk says, spoilers, it is speculated that the Maesters, aka the Grey Rats, gave Viserys leprosy and purposely allowed him to rot and die. Viserys was only in his late 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So at the age of his late 40s, he looked like he was like 80, 89, 90 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Smith is supposed to be his slightly younger brother. So,
yeah.
They look like father and son.
I think they screwed up kind of. I'm going to give some valid criticism here. Because I love the show. I love the writing. I love the production. I love costume design. Everything they've done in this show, I think, is absolutely fucking excellent. But I think some of the casting has been wrong. And if you go backwards here, from what we have now to what we had when the show started, I think Millie Alcock played a much better Rhaenyra Targaryen than Emma Darcy. Okay, I don't care what Emma Darcy's political, sexual orientation, any of that shit is. I don't give a fuck what she says. I don't give a shit what she spouts outside of the show. As long as you play a good character in it, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about story. We're talking about acting talent. We're talking about reviewing the show. I have no problem with the women that have played Alicent. I have absolutely no issue with either one of them. I think they were both handpicked and are perfect for the roles they played. My problem is with Rhaenyra, and Millie Alcock kicks the shit out of Emma Darcy. I'm not that into Emma Darcy playing Rhaenyra. I'm not. I think Millie Alcock did it better. I think she has really kicked some ass and taken control. Just like I think Aemond, the new Aemond, is much better, a much better cast so far than the kid we had in the last episode. Sure, that fight scene was absolutely great. Mm-hmm. He might have acted like a little spoiled bitch, and that might have been, just the way they wanted to do it. I think that the casting of the older Aemond is much better than the younger Daemon. So the time jumps is where I would throw my criticism at this show. Beyond that, I think this has been absolutely excellent.
Yeah.
And Project Storytime, I want supper. It's the morning, my king. I know. I meant tonight with my family. Such good writing.
Yeah. Yeah. I want supper. Oh, shit. Just don't let him die at the table. I thought he was going to. I legitimately thought he was going to. And then they carried him away.
I just found out that it... Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, Joker voice saying it right there. He got carried out. He was happy. I mean, he was feeling some shit inside due to his disease, but he was at that moment happy because everybody had made their amends, at least for his benefit. And he was very pleased about that.
And Arwen, I agree. I completely agree with that. They change when they bond with a dragon. It's almost like they become a little superpowered badasses.
Yeah.
And I get his attitude. I even applaud that. I even applaud the attitude. I think that the actor we've got now overshadows the actor they had. And that's a criticism of the show and the way they have done the casting. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And it's not even like I've got a problem with the majority of the casting, just certain people. The little shit in the last episode that played Aemond, and the older version of Rhaenyra that I think the younger version kicks her ass. I don't think there's a major problem with the actors playing Rhaenyra now. I just think that, like I said, Millie Alcock overshadows Emma Darcy. And it's the same thing with Ewan Mitchell, the older Aemond, overshadowing the younger version that we got in the last episode. I think they did an absolutely wonderful job with Alicent, though. I think Alicent, you can almost not tell that the younger version is not the older version, aged up.
Yeah. But I think at its core, I mean, I understand why they're doing time jumps, but I think when you run into the fair criticism, like you said, because it is fair, the core root of that whole issue stems from the time jumps we're going through. And I understand, again, why they're doing it. But I think if you had maybe just, one or two less time jumps in the episode, you wouldn't run into that issue as many times as we have. They'd be a little more consistent with a set cast of characters that you already have.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not saying the time jumps are bad. You're at least still able to follow along with it. But I've been saying since day one, or whenever the first time jump happened, I'm thinking, man, I hope they just keep calm and not go overboard with this stuff. Because it's like you have that one moment where you have the great characters that you have, and then all of a sudden we time jump and now we have 2 or 3 brand new people singing, I kind of prefer the ones we used to have. So yeah, that's the one. It's the one minor blemish on the series.
Nuanced Observer brings up an interesting comment, and I don't know if this is true or not. It's possible. Says, I think it's part of the actor's non-binary nature. How can you expect them to play a feminine character when they don't even identify with that personally?
You'll have to go back to when you were 5 or 6 years old. Who were you as a child? And be that. This is your nature versus your behavior. I mean, nature is who you are. Behavior is what you're taught and what you pick up along the way. So go back and play the character in the mindset of a 6-year-old. Who were you back then? I know that's easier said than done, and we're kind of veering off the rails here, but yeah, I mean, I agree. It'd be like putting myself in that position. It'd be a little difficult to say, hey, Zero, we want you to play a woman. Well, I'm not a woman. I don't know what they're like inside. I don't it'd take me probably 3 weeks to figure out how to walk like a woman in heels. My God, that's a bad image.
And but Joker Voice says, anyone notice what caused Aemon's shade throwing? Yeah, Luke laughed at the cooked pig. And I think Aemon had them bring that cooked pig out there specifically to be like, look, I'm eating your little pig that you brought out with wings and said was my dragon. I think it's all around. Those kids have been brought up to fucking hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
Those kids have been brought up saying it's going to be competition for you guys one day to see who the top dog, best of you is. And you're all going to have to fight and kill each other. And that's why the king came out there and did what he did. Because he knows that's how they've been raised. He knows that's how they've been raised.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man Squad says it's like new Becky versus old Becky. Yes. Anybody knows Roseanne? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. Totally forgot about that. But yeah, it's true. It's true. But I mean, those kids, especially, I mean, we said it last week, you know, that there's just going to be resentment that just builds and builds and it's not going to go away. And sure enough, here we go. It's coming out. Because little Legolas out there is, he's doing his swagger thing and the other ones don't like it. So they've been carrying that this whole time.
Of course, Fist says masculine and feminine isn't a gender, though. I know plenty of masculine women and effeminate men. The problem with this whole non-binary bullshit is they make masculine, feminine, male, female interchangeable.
Which it is not.
So.
Yeah. But that's a whole other ball game to get into.
Yeah,
Juggle Boy says the younger Rhaenyra was more precocious and rebellious. Older Rhaenyra is more measured and calculated. That's what you kept saying, Eris, is that she's grown up. And that's the reason for the character change, is she grew up and she grew out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kitty is very talkative.
Barry, I expected her to expand on that, but okay.
Oh,
well.
I mean, yeah, when she grew up, she had some shit happen, and she had to grow up. And in this episode, you realize how much she's grown up, because she went from, I don't care what the people think, I'm gonna be queen, whether they like it or not. They get absolutely stuck on it. And this episode, she's like, yeah, I don't want the throne. It's too much. I don't think I want it anymore. So, that's a little, like, you go from a little girl that has the dream of power and, you know,
yeah,
and all
the
this
fairy
stuff
tale,
too.
and then
the fairy tale
you
of
grow
what it's
up
like
into,
to be a queen.
Yeah, you grow up into reality then. Yeah. I think that's a good development there when you have a character basically just wake up and say, you know what, I'm smart enough to know I'm not smart enough to do this. Someone else needs to do it.
So before we get to the end of this, I want to go over a couple of things. First of all, everyone goes to the Red Keep to decide who's going to get Driftmark. Corliss's brother wants Driftmark. He's like, these little bastards aren't my family. They aren't my blood. They have no right to Driftmark. I want it. And Otto is on the throne, saying, in the absence of the king, I speak for the king in all things. Let's hear this petition. Everyone starts bitching when suddenly Viserys shows up, hobbling his rotten ass down to the throne because his daughter pleaded with him to do it. He gets to the throne. Daemon helps him to the throne, and he says, we've already discussed this matter. How can there be a petition for something that I already ruled on? And Corliss's brother explains his position and then says, these are your little bastard shitlins. They're not related to me, so screw them. And he gets his head cut off by Daemon.
Mm-hmm.
Then he says, I want everybody to have dinner with me tonight. They all go and have dinner with him. There's some acting out. There's some old grudges being brought up. And he tries to tell them, you're a family. You need to be a family. At one point during all of this, Rhaenyra goes to her father in bed and talks about the Song of Ice and Fire, which he told her about. And he gets confused. Obviously, he's old. He gets confused. Topic changes. She ends up crying her eyes out. At the end of this episode, when Allison has made peace with Rhaenyra finally. I think a lot of that has to do with Aegon. Aegon is a little shit that's banging everything in front of him. And she realizes, as much as I pointed my finger at Rhaenyra and said she was like this, my son is a true insatiable little shit that has to bang everything. This is what I accused Rhaenyra of, and she's not that. She might have fucked around a little bit. She might have banged her Kingsguard, but she wasn't running around fucking everything with a skirt or with a schlong. She wasn't a little whore. As much as I pointed my finger at her and called her a little whore, she's not.
Yeah.
And they have a moment where they both kind of say, you know what, it's time to stop this and heal. The only problem is that Alicent has raised her children to hate and call these kids bastards. We hate you and we think you're bastards. Sir Criston Cole has trained Aemond to be a little fucking killing machine and to hate these kids on the other end of the line. Why? Because he hates their mother, and he blames their mother for not leaving with him and having this other life. So it's all coming to the head with the children because the parents haven't been able to deal with their shit.
Yeah.
MB Geek, let's talk with the $10 super chat says, I think this was the first time Patty ever wanted to sit on that throne and be king. I absolutely agree, Jesse. His brother helps him put the crown back on his head. Daemon, in the end, has been a loyal, loving little brother. He's been a rebellious little shit, but that's because he knows this isn't what Viserys wanted. He never wanted to sit on the throne. He never wanted the responsibilities of being king. So he's just done his duty. That's all he's done, is done his duty. He's done what is required. He hasn't gone above and beyond. You want to know why everybody loved Queen Elizabeth? Because she went above and beyond her station. She went above and beyond her calling. She went above and beyond her duty. As royalty, that's what she thought was expected, is to go above and beyond the call of duty. And that's why everyone loved her so much.
Yeah.
All Viserys has done is what minimum requirement do.
Yep. Just do what's expected and just get by on that.
So thank you, MB Geek, for that $10 super chat, brother.
Long live the king.
Long live the king. And that dude, that is exactly what I said when those doors opened and he came into the throne room.
Mm-hmm.
Crawling his ass away with that damn stick. Jesus
yeah.
His little walking stick.
His little cane there.
Yeah.
I mean, you see him in that moment when those doors fly open. You're thinking, oh shit, what is this? And he comes hobbling in there looking absolutely as horrible as we'd ever seen him. But you're thinking, man, that guy can barely walk, but he's given it everything he's got. And for a crippled ass old fogey like that, literally falling apart in front of everybody, he's got some power to that walk to come in and probably for the last time be a goddamn king.
Yeah.
It's like he's thinking if there's any time to do it, this is it. This is now.
And Project Storytime, Josh, you are absolutely correct. The king being there changed the entire deal that Rhaenyra made to her aunt. Alicent's ploy was suddenly destroyed just by him walking into the throne room. Because he said, we've already settled this. Why is there a petition for something I already settled? I am the king. This is the way it is. And if Corlys's brother hadn't been such a douchebag, he might have had a play. But he had to be like, these are bastard little shits. They're not members of my family. Screw you. And he got beheaded.
Yeah.
He got beheaded for it.
And I will say hats off to the acting on that monologue too, because you could see him standing there just physically shaking with rage. It was subtle, but it was there. I'm thinking, man, he is pissed. and he is holding it in as best as he can. And eventually it came out and he got what was coming to him. But damn, yeah, that silent rage that was coming out through that whole thing. Yeah, you felt that, boy.
Viserys was an easily manipulated pawn by Otto Hightower. Absolutely. He was weak, and as we've seen throughout history, weak men bring hard times, and weak men are easily manipulated. The real power behind the throne is not Viserys. It is Otto Hightower. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, final thoughts, scores.
Well, we got one more to go.
Two,
I think
right?
Two.
Was
This was episode 8. We've got 9
right.
and 10.
That's right.
There was
We got
only
9.
one more episode of that trashy show that happens Friday.
Yeah. All right. So, okay. Well, I won't go as high as that, but I will say this was a very solid 93%. Probably one of the best ones I've seen, if not the best so far.
And no dragons. No
Yeah.
dragons in the
No-
episode.
Although I will say we did go on a nice little Easter egg hunt at the very beginning. That was as close as we got. But it's an excellent example of you don't need, I mean, we did get some sword play during training and the beheading or 3/4 of a beheading.
Well,
But it was sorry, just really quick. It was just so much to do with the dialogue and the plot points and everything that was progressing. And that's just excellent writing.
supposedly the maesters are going to try and get rid of the dragons. The maesters are going to poison the dragons like they did Viserys. So the maesters are and Otto. This is all on Otto's orders. Get rid of the dragons. If the Targaryens don't have the dragons, they're powerless, and we will rule the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So what you saw about those dragons getting born on Dragonstone, those might very well be the last of the dragon eggs, and the eggs that go to, oh my God, Emilia Clarke's character in Game of Thrones.
We'll get there.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Daenerys, thank
Yeah.
you. The 3 eggs that go to Daenerys. They don't have access to that dragon pit in Dragonstone. That's why Daemon had to go in and get the eggs and take them back to the dragon egg keepers.
Mm-hmm. And yes, good morning to Dean Krantz. Better late than never. Yes, the percentage, that was just for you. I remembered your lecture last week, so that was just for you, brother. Thanks for tuning in. So, yep, 93%.
Have a great day, Joker. Have a great day, brother. Have a great day, Eris.
Yes.
Final thoughts and a score.
I'm gonna probably give it another 9 out of 10, like I did last week. It was very good. I really liked it, and I also found out while we were streaming a little fun fact. So apparently, whenever the throne got, whenever the throne, the crown fell off Viserys's head, that was supposedly an accident. And Matt Smith that wasn't supposed to happen in the script.
Yeah, no, I got what you meant. That's why I think, you just couldn't tell. You just got to go with it. Improv. Yeah. Great improv.
That was such great improv, if that happens to be true. But that kind of just shows you how strong these characters are, because they can improv really, really well within character, right? Like you can't, if you don't have a character built up, you can't really improv consistently within that character, right? That's why Ghostbusters 2016 doesn't work as a movie. One of the many reasons it doesn't work, but I don't know, this show continues to blow me away. I really wasn't that into Viserys as a character until this episode. I know my co-host on Saturdays, Josh, Project Storytime, that's his favorite character. I know that. And I was just kind of sitting there like, why? Why is this your favorite? And it's like, I finally kind of get it this episode. I'm like, Oh, okay. I feel like I
Yeah.
need to rewatch the show now. Like,
You,
I feel like I'm.
do you think? Sorry, do you think it happened by accident and then they just reshot it because the actors just went with it? Because I gotta say, having the camera setups the way they were, like the crown falls and suddenly the camera's right on the crown. I know they've probably got like 40, 50 setups in that one little set piece alone, but I'm wondering if it actually was an accident, if it just happened during one of the takes and then they said no, we like that,
No.
let's keep it in, let's just do it again so we get all the footage of it, get the cameras where they need to be. Even so,
Well-
oh son of a bitch, that bearded freak is here anyway. So yeah,
Yes.
that was just
Right.
my 2 cents.
There is a pause. There's like this pause where he's just like, "Do we cut?" I don't know. Like it
No,
definitely
just keep
felt
going.
very. Yeah, it's just okay. No,
Yeah.
we'll just keep. I don't know that if that is happens to be true. I think that kind of
Either way, it was
how strong the show is.
Yeah, either way, it was a good moment and a good showing.
Score?
Yeah.
I said 9 out of 10 at the beginning.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeep. All right, Loki, down to you, brother.
I'm gonna give this episode a 9. There's a lot of dialogue and a lot of exposition in this episode, but there are alliances forming, dissolving, and wars that are about to start because of the dumbass things these people have done over the course of the last 15, 20 years. This is on the parents. What we are about to get, the battles we are about to get, the blood that these streets are going to be bathed in, this is on them. This is their fault. They have set up this conflict. The grandparents and the parents. Otto Hightower, to begin with, the maesters for poisoning the king, the daughters for warring with each other and hating each other, when at any time they could have sat down and been like, look, this is the way it is. This is the way it's going to be. You either, hug it out and deal with it, or I'll fucking excommunicate both of you. This is all because no one was tough enough on these people doing these fucked up things. And we're going to get a war. We're going to get a war, and the major players in this war will be Damon and Aemond. You can tell. As was said earlier, when people were talking about them sitting at that dinner table, eyeing each other, getting ready, eyeing each other up. Who's going to be the biggest badass? Aemond has been trained to be a killing machine. Damon has the experience of a killing machine. He went in and did the killing. He went in and pulled the Crab King out and gutted him in front of all of his men. He's been in the shit. Aemond hasn't, and I cannot wait to see the war and the battle that is going to come ahead. So 9 out of 10 for this episode. I think they've set everything up beautifully. I've loved the acting. This is the first episode that kind of got me teary-eyed. And it's the relationship with Viserys and Daemon. It wasn't the relationship with Viserys and Rhaenyra. It was the relationship with him and his brother. And how Daemon finally was like, no, I'm there to hold my big brother up and be there for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that Daemon wanted more to show, look, this is how you have to be. I think a lot of this shit you've got from Daemon since the very first episode has been, big brother, you have to be tough. You have to show you're a badass so that nobody ever messes with you. And that message was never heard. It was just, oh, he's impetuous and he's out of control and blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
I want more. I want more. I'm going to want more after it's all said and done with. And oh my God,
you'll probably get more. Jesus, tap dancing Christ.
The fat bearded bitch has claimed Zero for her own. Zero is mine. Stay away. You've got a little fan club.
You got groupies, Zero.
Why? What course throughout my life has brought me to this catalyst of no remorse and fear and utter visceral disgust that I must now face as I walk this lonely path in my own little kingdom of misery? Why must I face this every single day with no hope for relief? Why?
Oh,
What have I done?
Mark timed her out. You timed out woggly-eyed Wendy or
Stay in the
Leia?
corner. Y'all need to calm down.
No, definitely Woggly Eyed Wendy.
All right.
Good. Chill.
All right. Bounce that bad bearded bitch. Oh! Leia Rose, my dog shaver, will be that downfall.
Wow.
She's gonna use her dog shaver to shave woggly-eyed Wendy's beard.
I just hope you have a dog shaver because you have a dog.
So, and Asajj Melody says, my younger brother and I have the same relationship. That's why it hits so hard for me.
God. Oh, people are starting to drop the F-bombs in chat. I think that's the first one I've seen from Leia Rose. Holy shit. Oh, man, the fires are burning bright today. Holy
That's
crap.
right. Damn straight.
Wow. Y'all better calm down. We got a long way to go.
Thank you so very much, everybody, for being here. Thank you to my co-host Zero and our guest hosts for House of the Dragon, Eris of Chaos. You guys have been absolutely great. Thank you so very much for being here.
I took a bow for you all. You couldn't see it, but I took a bow for you. Yes, thank you as always. Thank you to Loki for hosting your lovely 0 hour, and it's great to see you all in chat. It's lovely getting to hang out with you. Thank you to Eris of Chaos. Thank you, everybody.
And Showback TJC, who's got a 6-month member chat, who's a warrior of Midgar, says we need a strange brew skull for Zero.
There'll be plenty of time for that later. Also, real quick, we got Halloween in 2 weeks on a Monday. What do y'all want to do? I know we'll still have another episode of House of Dragons by then, but y'all in chat and you guys, yeah, we'll have.
Are you sure?
Or wait.
No, the last episode is on the 24th.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought
we've got the 15th,
that's right.
We've got the 17th and the 24th.
I know when Halloween is.
So
I thought it was 2 weeks from now.
We've got next week's, and then we've got
third Monday.
The week when we come back from ValhallaCon. So that'll be the Monday after ValhallaCon. As soon as we get back, we've got to watch the episode and then crash. So
yeah, man. So yeah, figure it out, guys. We'll have some Halloween fun, eat some candy, make some trick or treats. We'll do whatever we need to do. But until then, we got live, and we'll do it live. But until then, we got 2 more weeks of House of Dragons, so stay tuned for that. We'll see how this all comes to a head and wraps up. It's going to be a good show.
We might even have a special Zero opening for that day. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Oh my. I haven't been singled out since the last time when I attacked little Paul Reiser in the corridor there. Yeah, we'll see. Stay tuned. Keep your fingers crossed and your panties in a bunch.
And guys, we're out of here. Thank you so very much to my co-host. Guys, thank you all for being here in chat. Take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak, friend, enter. We'll see you guys in the next 0 hour as we continue our review for House of the Dragon. Take care, everybody. Have a great Monday.
Happy Thanksgiving.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.